Hello, hello. Is anybody there? Let me go ahead and get everything posted to the Twitter and the Discord. Hey, Mr. Snoots. Welcome to the live stream. Let me go ahead and get these links posted. Oh my god, I just saw. We have 700 people in the Discord now? Seriously? I just pinged 700 people? That's cool. Let me double check that. Is that right? Whoa. 783? Gotta be kidding me. Sweet. Hey, everybody. Good morning. 你好. 你好吗? 你会说中文吗? 这里有中国人吗? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Today is going to be an interesting one. Starting a little bit early for everybody on the West Coast, but hey, early bird gets the worm. Got to get up and start doing our DD on these stocks, especially this Apple, which is unfortunate. But hey, it is what it is. Let me go ahead and look at Apple, because that is going to be the highlight. Man, it's pulling back even more. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. Let me read the news. Yeah. Palantir is a buy. We're going to be buying that today. Also, ARK Invest is buying up a bunch. Queen Kathy Woods. So yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. How's life in Shanghai? Yeah. Well, it's not bad. I really like it. Overall, it's really awesome, and it's treated me very well over the decade that I've been here. I first came to Shanghai in 2011, and it has changed so much. It's really hard to describe in just a short amount of time, but it's changed so much for the better and really improved. And I cannot really speak for the rest of China, but as far as Shanghai, like Shenzhen or something like that, it's very nice. I don't know if you guys see some of the pictures I post on Instagram or whatever. I post my personal things on Instagram. I just kind of keep it separate from business, but you guys feel free to follow me there. I mean, Shanghai's been really good to me. I made a lot of money here. I was in crypto here very early. I had one of the first foreign-owned crypto hedge funds. And back in those days, a lot of Chinese didn't really understand crypto, so we were doing pretty well for ourselves here. But it's a very modern city. I mean, it's awesome. I wanna move back to the States though, because I've been here for 10 years. You know, it's time for me to move back. I mean, I'm from Texas originally, so I wanna go back. During the crash, I bought some property. I bought a house in Texas. So I'm ready to go back. I was planning on leaving a year ago, but the corona kind of delayed my plans. But it's very good. If you had any specific questions about life in Shanghai, let me know. I'm happy to talk about that. If anybody's ever considering moving to Shanghai, I'd recommend it. you know. But the reason I first came here is because it was back in 2011. I finished college, and there was no work. There was no work to be found. So that was the reason, at least at first. But hey, it's all good. Thanks for joining, guys. And actually, yeah, I'm doing this a little bit early today because I had a call. I was doing a one-on-one with someone from Texas, but it is postponed because they don't have any electricity right now. So it is what it is. But if you don't know, guys, I do the one-on-one sometimes. If you want any hand holding, I can definitely do that for you and just help you go over specific strategies and any questions you had about pretty much anything that we go over here. If I'm going a little bit too fast, I mean, obviously this is more of an intermediate to advanced stock trading channel. So, you know, if there's any beginners here, that's like we're talking about some vertical spreads or some iron condors sometimes. Obviously, you're not going to know what that is if you don't know what a put in a call is. So if you need to learn the basics first, you can always hit me up. But, you know, Google's your friend, to be honest with you. Most of you guys probably don't need that. But it's always available. If you need it, just go ahead and email me through my website. Palantir, yeah, we're going to be looking at that. Goldman Sachs and ARK Invest is buying Palantir, so we're going to be buying it too. Oh yeah, for sure. First hour doing due diligence. Oh yeah, Texas is getting hit bad. I hope my house is okay. It's so far away right now, there's not much I can do. It should be fine though. On Solo, selling a strike at $8.40. Yeah, I would do that. $8. Let me just check for you really quick. We have a lot of extra time, so we can do that. Current prices. Oh, it's coming up a lot pre-market, so that's cool. 813. I have some of these. I need to go ahead and sell a covered call actually. But if you're looking at selling a put, yeah, I would do 2-day sell expiration. 8 would lower it to 775. Yep. Well, it's already above 8 pre-market though. You see. Oopsies. It's already above 8 pre-market, so you might not get assigned actually. But that's okay, you got free money, albeit not very much. Wait until the market opens. Who asked this question? Jane, ex Clarissa, so I don't know if that's Jane and Clarissa. But nevertheless, yeah, wait until the market opens and see what the in the money would be. So maybe it's going to go up to 8.5 in the money, and then sell 8.5 in the money. And then see how much it lowers your cost basis, and just make sure it lowers your cost basis below the market price, which current market price is 813. But anyways, I think you guys understand that. Hey man, learning from you and been trying to find my own picks and paper trade them until I'm more confident. I found VCYT and wondered if that was good. If it went under 70.72. VCYT. Let me check. VCYT. What's this about? Healthcare, pharmaceuticals, medical research, genomic diagnostics company. Okay, hello. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it depends on how much money you want to put in this position, Ben. I mean, if you've got $7,000, then you can sell a put, get assigned, lowers your cost basis to, you could just force the cost basis to be lower to 70 or 72. I'll show you what I mean. If you, oh, this is call. Yeah, by the way, Jane and Clarissa, make sure that that was on puts. But anyways, so for this one, VCYT, we're looking at puts, selling the put at $75 right now, could lower it by $3 is the average. If we go ahead and sell that, as you can see. Yeah, 165 is too low. I would do at least 3, and the ask is 540, so I mean, you could put it up there somewhere. $3 though probably would hit, and then your cost basis would be $75 minus $3, so it would only be $72. So you'd go ahead and get that 72. It's kind of like forcing it, but you'd have to wait 2 days and possibly get assigned. But you know, it's possible. I mean, anything genomics is going to be hot, so this one could be interesting. I don't know off the top of my head too much about this one right now, but I would more be interested in just going into the ETFs. ETFs are always your friend. I mean, you know, I'm sure you got your lemonade insurance on your house. Nice. Yeah, I don't actually. That's the one, like, it was yesterday. I was talking about that on the live stream. That was the one that I got the quote on in literally like 1 or 2 minutes. But I didn't pull the trigger on that. I need to pull up my dinosaur documents, paper documents, and see how much I paid for my current insurance, so to see if it's worth it. But just to like digitize those papers and the insurance is totally worth it on my phone. Especially like being away from those properties, for me, it's so awesome. So yeah, hey, we got that lemonade call. God, I want to check that out, but we'll look over the positions later. Kathy Woods has it, I believe. VCYT, interesting. Yeah, it's probably in the ARC-G. But like I was saying, I would just prefer to go ahead and get the ARC-G, because she's probably got a lot of other good ones that we don't have time to do the research, because she's got a team of, her team is probably hundreds of people. Actually, I don't know, but you could probably look that up. But I just imagine that she has a bunch of people with master's degrees and PhDs researching all that stuff. So hey, you know, I just feel like maybe we should just get the diversification. That's taking the easy road, but don't underestimate ARC-G. ARC-G was up 140% in 2020. So I mean, we can pick and choose if we want, but I got other things to do than just be studying hundreds and hundreds of stocks and doing due diligence on them all. And I mean, I don't even think that's the lazy road to go either, because I mean, what you gonna do? We're just a few people. But that's what I was talking about before. Like, I'm just gonna start assigning you guys like a handful of stocks, and then everybody can just do their due diligence. Down the road, we're gonna start our own ARK Invest or whatever you call it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, we could. I mean, technically, I mean, to tell you the truth, I have a lot of ARK in my portfolio, but not majority by any means. In my long-term holding, we're keeping up with good old Kathy Woods, Queen Kathy, but by no means am I on her level. But still, though, we're doing all right for ourselves. You know what I mean? But I would like to take a look at this though. Hey guys, how's the audio? Is the echo really bad, or is it not so bad? Maybe I should put my headphone on. Hate doing that though. It's just so annoying. But if the echo's bad, I'll put it on. So let's see. Let's just go over to a day here. Jesus, look at this ARC-G. Where was the coronavirus dip? I don't even see it. Oh, there it is. That's crazy. Yeah, that's it. So let's just go on this chart for the physical year of 2020. I think that's right. And then we switch this over to switch the axis to percentage, and it looks like it's up about 237%. That's not right. Maybe it is right. 300%. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, because the price was down here. It says 0. Yeah, 0%, and then up here. Huh. So it's doing more than 200% per year, guys. I mean, to tell you the truth, that's okay. Yeah, I take that back. She's beating me now. But we were tied for a brief moment there. I mean, this is just the ARC-G though. Some of the other ones aren't this good. This one is the best one. Since the Corona dip, it was 300 and almost 40%. So this is just buy and hold, guys. But I mean, the Soxel, the SOXL was like 1,000% though, so it's hard to. You just gotta have a little of each. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about 200, 300% per year, and I mean, I'm not saying that's necessarily going to keep up, but even if it does half of that, that's still 100, 150, and even if it only did a quarter of that, that's still 50, 60% per year. I mean, it's hard to really complain. since we're not really doing anything, we're not needing to do very much due diligence because her team is doing that for us, and they're managing and constantly buying and selling. I mean, it's just so hard to beat that. But long term, I'm all about those ARKs. True, you turned me on to ARK and those portfolio and letting someone else, yeah, do the hard research. I mean, they're doing a very, very good job too. They're doing an amazing job at that. So, how do you think AGTC is going to do today? Pull back. AGTC. Did I forget this? AGTC. Let's take a look at it. Yo. That's also genetic. I got you. Yeah, these are going to be really hot. The genetics, the genomes, genetics, all those type of things. That's future stuff. That's future boom. Boomtown or whatever you want to call it. Moonshots. My risk score in ARK-G, I put it at a 2 or 3. You know, if the market pulls back, then it's going to be affected a lot. So that's why I might put it at a 3. But overall, I'm pretty confident about it. Even if we saw 50% per year, which was like 6 times less than what it did in 2020 until now. I guess that's more than a year. Yeah, sorry about that. It's from the beginning of 2020 until now, and that's including the coronavirus. It was like 200%, but then from the coronavirus dip up until now, it's like 300 or something. Usually I just go off of that when I'm calculating, although obviously you're not going to have bought it at the bottom, but you probably would have dollar cost averaged. Long calls on ARK if you want to start with lower capital. Yeah, I mean, I would. This is something I'm going to do today. These are great questions. So go back to the ARK-G, because the genomic, like, I don't really know so much about the genomes. I'm not. I mean, I love science. Don't get me wrong, but that wasn't my best subject. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of saves me a lot of research. Now I'll go into some other fintech and different things like that. But in like stocks in general, of course, like finance, but that's my strong suit. But the genomics is not. So I would prefer to just have an ETF on it. I mean, you gotta understand your limitations and your strong suits and your weak points, and kind of go based on that. That's what I do, at least, because this is something. And I mean, just based on their past performance, so I would say it's pretty good. So I mean, if you're going in it with let me change this chart settings back really quick. If you're going with lower capital, because remember, I would usually say if you have a small account balance, maybe do 50-60% long-term leaps. So we're going to be picking these up today. So I mean, I got one yesterday that filled. So if this pulls back again today, which it looks like it might, we have 40 minutes till the market opens though, so we can look at that later. But we can get some in the money ones. Where's my position? I don't know. I think it was 95. Oh, that's a put. No. All right, yeah, it was 95. So we'll probably pick up another one of those up. Probably just buy this one. So it's like 303 days till expiration, and we're getting it for pretty cheap. It's only going to cost us $2,700. Around $2,700, so pretty much just go on that. And the delta is a 70, so usually that would cost us $110 times 70 shares. So, well, it's actually 108 right now, isn't it? 108.88 times 70 shares, because keep in mind it's a 70 delta. So that usually would cost us $7,600, but actually we're getting this contract for only $2,700, and it's the same exposure. So I would recommend doing that if you have a small account balance, to probably do 50-60%, and then, but if you have a bigger account balance, you can just buy the shares. It's safer. But these leaps are not, well, this is technically not a leap. This is a long-term option, mid to long-term, but because it's 300 days. Leaps is technically more than 1 year. But yeah, I would do that just to save the money, because you gotta use your money in the best way. So instead of paying $7,600 for this position, you can only pay $2,700. But if you want to pay more, if you want to pay even less than that, then you can just buy a couple shares. I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying a couple shares. But if you've got $2,700 to spare, that's a great position to be in. If it pulls back, then I will be getting into it. Would you recommend ARK leaps over buying the actual shares? Like, yeah, I mean, so just like I said, if you are trying to get the best use out of your money, so then go with the ARK leaps, because it's going to save you a lot of money and it's going to give you the same exposure. Remember, check the delta. If the delta is 0.7 something, that means it's times 100. So because it's 100, the contract is for 100. So times 100 is about 70. So that's exposure to 70 shares of the underlying. So it would act as if you were holding 70 shares. No echo here. Okay, cool. SOS will follow. I know. I don't even know. I just prefer to buy Bitcoin, guys. Why would I want to do that? I guess I can see the benefit if I'm selling covered calls, something like that, but I prefer to just own Bitcoin. Analyst price targets have AGTC on lower end. Okay. What time is it in China? It is 10 p.m. Why get in the money if you think it's going to be up by 50%? Because in the money would be a higher delta. So the higher delta means it's basically going to be more tame. It's going to be more like you're owning shares of the underlying. If it's a 70 delta, it's basically like you own 70 shares. If it's an 80 delta, it's basically like you own 80 shares. So it just depends on how much exposure you want to the underlying. If you want something out of the money, then you'll have more swings. It'll be a little bit more volatile. But overall, you could make more money if it goes up. But it's more risk. Maybe it's not that much more risk. So yeah, it would be even cheaper to do out of the money. You could do in the money, you can do at the money, you can do out of the money. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Based on your risk tolerance, based on how much you want to put into the position, it doesn't matter. But for me, I would like to get 70 delta once it gets up to about 85. Once over time it goes up in price and we're making money. And once it gets to 85, I might roll it to back to the 70 delta, kind of like taking profits. But something like that. So yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you could do a 70 delta right here at 95. You could do at the money at 110. It's a 59 delta. You could do a 125 at a 46 delta. But keep in mind, it needs to go over 125 or you're going to be screwed. If you do at a 95, I mean, that's pretty safe. Those are things that long-term holders that are into options would be very interested in, is the high delta. The higher the better. You can get a 90 delta if you really want. Like, don't even care so much about the strike price. I mean, obviously it matters a little bit, but that's not the point of doing this. The point of getting deep in the money leaps is about the delta. Because look, this is like 90 shares. It's like the same if I'm holding 90 shares, which is going to cost me $10,000. But here it only cost me $5,000. It's kind of the point. Thanks for the small account balance tips. I'm starting with 10,000. Yeah, I mean, a $10,000 account is pretty good. You can get some good diversification. So if I would probably go with maybe just some good old SPY leaps. Could be out of the money to save a little bit of money on it. You could get a XLK, which is a tech ETF leaps, and then you could get a ARKG or ARKK. You could get a leaps on that, and then you probably used about 50-60% of your money right there. And you've got a very diversified portfolio already, because you're only going to be able to get a couple positions with only $10,000. So you might as well go on get some ETF leaps, because that's going to get you diversified, and it's not chump change. ARKG is up 300% since Corona lows. I mean, that's not chump change, so there we go. That's the buy and hold. The most, I mean, with the remaining of the money, 30 to 50%, go for some midterm calls. Vertical spreads saves a lot of money. Like the lemonade vertical spread from yesterday, go back in the live stream, go to the part where I did the lemonade vertical spread, but I'll show you that, guys, later. But it saved us a lot of money than just the calls, because I don't want to put so much money into lemonade. Vertical spreads are your friend, for sure. It limits your upside, but it's much cheaper. So you guys just got to be smart about it if you have a small account balance. It doesn't matter. You literally can have a 10,000 balance, and you can get the same exposure as someone with a 20 or 30,000 account balance. And so you would make about the same as someone like that if you're smart. If you have a 30,000 account balance, you could probably get the same exposure as someone with a $60,000, $75,000 account balance. So I mean, you just gotta be wary of that. But at one point, you have so much in the account where you don't want to take as much risk, because if it drops 10, 15%, you're just like, that's kind of a lot of money. I'd prefer to just be a little bit more chill. So eventually you'll probably get to one of those points, no matter if it's $100, $200, $300,000. But for me, it was around 200 or 300. So start being a little bit more chill and just buying the shares. You know what I mean? But hey, if you only got 10, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, don't go YOLO on some GameStop. At least just don't do that. Thanks, ARKG or ARKK/SPY XLK for small monies. Yep, thanks for writing that down. Pretty much like that. Or the triple Q, but that wasn't going to be expensive, so I probably wouldn't recommend it. But that's why probably the XLK, because it would be a cheaper one to get into. Also, you can consider vertical spreads, but with a very wide width. So you don't limit your upside too much. But let's go ahead and look at some stuff. It's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock for me. 30 minutes till market open. Sorry, I'm just so bad about that. You guys are probably so confused. If you're just tuning in, you'll be like, what are you talking about, 10 o'clock? Alright, so let's look at the Palantir. Yeah, we're going to be buying this today, guys. For sure. It's 10 o'clock. We could probably go ahead and... 30 minutes till market opens. Probably go ahead and put in some stuff. Be interesting to sell a put on this. Try to force it down into our buy zone, which is around 26. See if we can do that. Almost. It's up a lot as of yesterday. That makes sense, because it's going down a lot. Thoughts on ICLN? Yeah, I would do a leap on that, or long-term option. Yeah, I know. I saw those NNDM and ACIC. The ACIC that's a SPAC, so I don't want to go crazy on it. It's up 15% already. I mean, what you gonna do? You know, I'm gonna buy some. Might as well, right? Yeah, I'll put it in an order. Why not? Get 50 of them. Start dollar cost averaging. Extended hours. Yeah, sure. Why not? Stop loss. I don't need a stop loss. I'm buying it for what? 16.25. Let's see if we can get 16. Yeah. Let's do 25 at 16. Let me just go ahead and take a picture of this, guys. And then 25 at 16.25, maybe. Maybe that's a little bit too close, right? I don't know. It's jumping though. It's making us rounds online. Let's just do 16.25. We're going to dollar cost average. It doesn't matter. We want to make sure we get at least some exposure to it, because that one is interesting. So let's get another one at 16.25. Let me take a picture of this. And then I want to do another one, 50 shares if it goes down to $15. Extended hours, yep. And this is only good for the day, right? Why am I not seeing that? Well, anyways, we'll check it later. Alright, so that was $15, 50 shares. So that should give us around 100 shares right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. This one's interesting. I like the idea of flying cars. we're obviously going to be living in the Jetsons. It's all in good time. All in good time. So I think that would be interesting. I mean, just because United, and I just found out about that too. I mean, I heard about them before, obviously, but really taking a good look at it because it's been going up so much these days. Let me just get this posted to Twitter. All right. It is on the Twitter. We are trading. Got our first order in for the day. That would be a good one. I like it. Yo, Zach, these streams make my mornings. I've learned so much. Awesome. That's the point. I really appreciate you guys so much. Guys, go ahead and please view the links in the description. If you don't know about the Discord, we're almost at 800 people. It's crazy on our Discord. Please go ahead and hit that up. We have the VIP section there. That's where I prioritize all of the questions you guys have. Like 100%, they will be answered every single day. On the other places, I don't even know. It's crazy busy. I get so many questions now on Reddit and Twitter. It's hard for me to keep up, but I'm trying my best. But on the VIP of the Discord, you will get an answer same day. And that's free. It's free for you guys. Just because it's VIP doesn't mean it's paid or anything like that. The only thing I do paid is the one-on-ones. But that's just mostly for beginners or someone that wants to go over some things that maybe I'm talking too fast, maybe you don't really understand what calls and puts are or something like that, or how to formulate strategies, or just want my opinion on anything, then I do the one-on-ones. If you're interested in that, email me through my website, prostockedvice.com, link in the description. But I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you're following on Twitter because that's where we're posting all these trades. If you can't catch a live stream, then at least you can go back and see the trades. And then after the market closes, you can see what filled, what didn't fill, because I'm putting limit orders in. I'm trying to get good deals on these. I'm not trying to force anything here unless we're forcing a lower cost basis. But yeah. Yes, it says time and force stay. Oh, okay. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm just trying to go. Got a lot of things in my mind. Oh yeah, I see. Stupid. All right. What's next on the chopping block? Palantir, probably. Or we could take a look at NNDM. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what this one does though. If it breaks this weak support and goes to the stronger one, or what. So somebody remind me of that when the market opens. See which way it's going. And let's see what else. Palantir. This one is going to be a buy today for us. I might just try to lower our cost basis, but do we really want 100 shares though? That's the thing. Because how low is going to go? And I see some people on Reddit and also someone commented on my YouTube video. They think that this is not dropping because of the social justice warriors. And I mean, I'm sure it's a combination of things because it's dropping quite a lot. But to be honest with you, I'm not underestimating the power of the social justice, especially with the times we live in now. This is a powerful thing, smearing campaigns type of thing, you know. So I'm not actually sure, but could be the earnings, but you know, I don't even see anything about it. It's an hour ago, 6 hours ago. Kathy Woods purchased more. The ABBV is interesting because of the dividends, by the way. Palantir drops after earnings. Here it is. Yep. I'm not sure why so much of the SJW things were going around online about the Palantir, but you know, I can see that because they do have some questionable clients, although, you know, business is business. It's like, you know, you can't really like hold that against them, I guess. But I'm sure the earnings weren't that bad, although I didn't see much news about the earnings, to be honest with you. I saw most about the social justice. Palantir missed earnings by a few cents. Yeah, I need to look at that. Let me just go ahead and read this real quick. I'll read it out to you guys. Drops after earnings. Yeah, that's not an interesting article. yeah, it's just not much about it. That was 14 hours ago. Revenue outlook disappoints. I mean, it just dropped so much, though. You know what I mean? That is not a... Yeah, that's not a joke. That's not... It just fell off more than 13% yesterday, but it had already been going down. Okay, let's reading this article really since for the fourth quarter, Palantir reported a loss of 8 cents per share. Revenue climbed 40%. Analysts had projected a 2-cent adjusted profit. That's not a very big difference, but for sure, it's something. To be honest with you, I'm not really on one side or the other about why it's dropping off so much. Like for sure it's a meme stock, I guess you could say, but this one is worth something more because Goldman Sachs buying it, ARK Invest buying it. So I just don't buy these things. I think it's a combination of everything. And to be honest with you, we know it's something. We know it's probably a little bit of that, probably a little bit of this. So we'll see. But we're definitely going to be buying this. So hopefully it goes down a little bit more. It seems like it's on the way. So we're going to wait on that. Palantir lockup period ends on Friday. I think 85% of the shares would be able to sell them. I wonder if we should wait. Then the lockout things this Friday too causes concern. I don't know. I'm with you. What are your thoughts on Apple? I know we need to move on to that. Time is ticking. We got 20 minutes. Trying to do our due diligence, trying to prepare some thoughts. God. That was definitely a disappointing one. But we're going to be rolling it, so once the market opens, we're going to decide on that. I mean, for sure I'm going to roll it. Because I'm on an April 16th right now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm on the April 16th, so I'm going to be rolling it as past my support. So we'll see. But I definitely want to roll that. Just give it a little bit extra time. Probably going to be taking a look at the... And don't forget, I have this long-term contract too. I'll probably roll it to June, same strike. So what's my strike anyways here? It was 150. So I'll probably roll it to June 150. It's going to cost me some money, but hey. Got to do what we got to do sometimes. We got to take a loss sometimes. It is just... it's inevitable sometimes that we're going to do that. Especially for these calls. But that's why it's important to do majority in your portfolio. If you have a small portfolio, leaps. Get cheap exposure to the underlying shares. If you have a larger portfolio, just do 90% buy and hold. And a lot of them leaps. Because that's really going to be much safer. We have so much more time, especially in the money. Because now we're doing this out of the money, short term. You see what's going on. Because is Apple going to fall down to $100 per share? No. So we're overall we're okay. We're in the right direction here. Is it possible to trade flat for a few extra days than we would have liked? Yes. And trading flat in options is not good. Because you see here, it was basically flat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 11 days. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So who knows, it could bounce up tomorrow. But we're going to go ahead and roll that out because it doesn't matter. We're going to roll it out. We're going to take the loss right now. And then we're going to go ahead and buy another one with the same amount of money, ideally. So we'll see about that. But we might have to put a little bit more money in. But hey, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then we'll get the same strike, but just a little bit further out to give us some extra time. Could be interesting. I don't know how far I want to do. I probably would do 2 months. Because overall, I'm still thinking this is way undervalued. 150 doesn't even seem very high to me. But those are the basic thoughts on the Apple. So we're going to do that in 17 minutes when market opens. That's going to be one of the first things we're looking at. Also, the SPE we need to check out too, because we're a little bit backwards on that. So all is not lost in Apple, although we are down right now. But luckily, we're diversifying in a lot of option positions, and they're all going well except for those two, SPE and Apple. So it is what it is. SPE is also trading flat. Pre-market is down. I think today is going to be one of those days, guys. Oh yeah. Tech is down. Semiconductors are down a lot. It's going to be a good buying day, guys. We're going to get a lot of positions today. I can feel it. The ARK is down. It's going to be interesting. I see so many people talking about an imminent market crash and coming up really soon here, but who knows? Maybe this is the beginning. Let's see what the damage is. We're down 2.5% already. Not as bad as I thought, to be honest with you. I don't know what Tesla's doing. I'm actually excited about a pullback today, to be honest with you. We need some cheap shares. Tesla's also trading flat. Waiting for a next EV push. You might have air taxis in China soon in the West. Yeah, I know. I know. I see. I don't remember the name of that company, but I've seen that for sure. All interesting stuff. I mean, that's a long-term play. Don't expect anything short. I mean, it is a SPAC, so it's a short-term play towards the merger with Archer. But then we're gonna be buying Archer stock. You know what I mean? We're gonna pick up some of those air taxi stocks for sure. Get some cheap long-term plays. I mean, that's a long-term one because that's nowhere anytime soon, you'd think. Although they do have a contract with United for $1 billion, so you know. A lot of people probably don't know about this, guys. We are the few. We are the few traders that will be profitable. What is it, like 80-90% of traders are not profitable? Probably because they don't know air taxis are coming. ASRT. Okay, I got 15 minutes. Let me take a look at this. ASRT. Therapeutics. Yeah, it's up too much for me. Wait for it to pull back. This is a classic. This is classic smart money, retail, hype, greed, new paradigm, bull trap, return to mean. Just off the top of my head, you know what I mean? CCIB is doing good. Lunch break. It's pretty early for a lunch break. You must be in a weird time zone like me. What about the fact that Buffett sold some of shares in Apple perhaps? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That is a good point. I mean, I don't know about that though. I mean, I hate to say this, but I would say it to my friends in real life, so I guess I should just say it to you. I don't really take what Buffett is doing really with very much, I don't think about it too much, what he's doing, because he never invested, he totally missed the tech boom. And he doesn't use computers or something. I was having dinner with a friend tonight. Oh, looks like my 1625 order of ACIC filled. Cool. Got the first one. But yeah, I mean, I don't take too much because he's buying Chevron and he's buying Verizon, which are super unappealing to me, and also unappealing to Kathy Woods. So I would prefer to follow in the footsteps of Kathy Woods, because we all got to follow in the footsteps of somebody that's better and smarter than us. So, you know, Buffett, it's so old. I don't know about that. He's selling Apple, but you know what? He also sold his airlines at the bottom of the crash. I don't understand that. That's when you should buy them. And like, Did he forget to buy low and sell high? Like, I don't understand why he did that about the airlines. It's very weird. I mean, it's weird for me. Probably sounds really stupid that I'm saying that about Warren Buffett, because he's literally, he's still the king of investing. It's just he's a little bit old though. Kind of miss the tech. I'm more into tech. In Apple, I see value there. But yeah, I mean, that's a good point though. We could be seeing this right now because he did sell off some Apple, so maybe it's just stalling a little bit. Can you give us some example of what you would do with leaps and small portfolio as you just mentioned? Yeah, I mean, diversify into ETFs. So try to get a leap on XLK for your tech. Try to get a leap on maybe just SPY. Just the S&P 500 if you have enough money for it. You can always try vertical spread if you don't have enough, like a vertical spread leaps. Just a vertical spread like way out, but pretty wide in the width. And also you could do a clean energy ETF, like ICLN. That one's cheap. But basically like that, and maybe an ARK-K or an ARK-G for some really nice growth. Over a year, if you had that leap, probably could do, if it continues at the same rate, probably could do 500,000% on that. Why place a limit order on ACTC pre-market? What if it starts trading lower? Yeah, I know, I'm just going to dollar cost average. So I just did 16.25, I did 16, I'm doing 15. If it goes lower, then I'll get it lower. We'll just see what's going on. But I think the ACIC is pretty interesting. It's going up, guys. It's 1644 already. So I don't know, I might have to buy it at 1650 next. But I want to try to dollar cost average into 100 shares. Don't have to though, it doesn't really matter. We'll see what hits. Hey Ed, good morning. Got the ICLN for 600 days out? Nice, that's what we're just talking about. Answering Monica's question about that. Yeah, I mean, I would recommend the small account balances do some leaps. This really saves a lot of money. Yeah. Where would you worry about Tesla? I mean, below what price? I mean, I can always dollar cost average more in Tesla, but I don't really want to. What's it trading at, though? Why are you asking me that? Is Tesla crashing? Oof. Kind of. 780. I mean, my cost basis is 529. We'll see. How much time we got? Okay, first thing we're going to do today, guys, is Apple. Second thing is SBE. Third thing is try to close some positions for take profits, but that's probably not going to work because today we're going down. Although it might jump back up, so we're going to be watching. And then after that, we're going to try to get some ARK-Gs. But we're going to roll the Apple immediately. I did not see that about the news about ACTC, but that's good. We called that out. That one's pretty obvious, though, to be honest with you. That one would have been pretty obvious. But it's good stuff. It should spike. Could already be priced in, who knows. But anyways, guys, one last plug here before the markets open. Don't forget, everybody, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. Let me check. I'm at 958. That's so awesome. Maybe more now. Let me refresh that. I need 1,000. I'm so hungry for it. 964. Oh, nice. That is awesome. That is so cool. And that was all in only a couple weeks. So I'm really, really, really appreciative. We're almost 800 on the Discord server. Please check out the link. The VIP section there is where I prioritize all the questions. They will get an answer in 24 hours. So please ask them in the VIP. And please keep just general chatting in the general chat section of the Discord so I don't have to scroll through and miss a question that I feel bad about it. So just keep the important questions in the VIP and then just chatting and kicking it in the general chat section. So yeah. Tesla's at 962. Get out of here. Tesla dips are so painful because my portfolio ended up so heavy in last year. I know, Steven. I've got 100 shares right now. Plus, I've got the ARK K. Hey, man, please keep this up when you're huge. Yeah, for sure, I will. I will try my best. Don't forget to sell your calls for solo. Oh, my God. Thank you for reminding me. You guys are the best. Seriously, I need to do that. I also would like to just go ahead and sell mine for Tesla, but it's not going to be worth nothing right now. We're down 2.5%. It's a good day. It's a good day. We're going to be buying stuff. Just going to have to roll this Apple call. It's just going to suck. But on the bright side, the ones for further out are going to be cheaper too. So we'll see about that though. Anyways, how much we got 6 minutes. Also, while you're at it, please go ahead and like this live stream. I really appreciate it. I'm doing everything for free, guys. The only thing that the only way I get money out of this is through tips. Go ahead and do that. Send me $1, guys, if you're using my picks to make money, which I know a lot of you guys are, because in the Discord we have the Wall of Fame, which send me a screenshot of my picks that made you money, like the percent gain or whatever, and I'll post it to the Wall of Fame. And that'll be really cool. So yeah, I know you guys are making some money from my picks. So hey, if you are, just send me $1. It makes me feel really better than for doing all this stuff, because we are pretty small right now. So it makes me feel appreciated, so I can keep doing it. But yeah, I really would appreciate that. Anything's appreciated, but don't send me too much, guys. I don't need that much. Especially if you have a small account balance, just keep that for yourself. Once you get rich, then we can talk. But yeah, anyways, and then other than that, the one-on-ones that I do on Zoom, we can screen share. It's really cool. We have a good time, actually, and that's really the only way I can get anything out of this. So I really appreciate you guys. If you're interested in the one-on-ones, go ahead and hit me up through my website, email, the contact form on my website. I really appreciate you guys, though. Links are all in the description. When is a good time to take profit on a stock, assuming it keeps going up? Stupid question, I know. Okay, so you must be new here. We take all of our profits at 25, 50, and 100% on options. So if you have an option, once it gets up to 25%, you're going to sell one contract. Let's just say you have 4. All right. So if it goes up to 25, you're going to go ahead and sell the first one, 25% in the bank. Then it go up to 50%. Sell another contract. Remember, you have 4. And then the third one goes up to 100%. Go ahead and sell that at 75, 100. It's up to you, really. I do both sometimes. And then all your money is going to be back. You're going to be totally in the green. It's going to be impossible to lose money on that trade. And then for the fourth one, go ahead and let it run till closer to the expiration. Try to hit 200, 300%. And if it expires worthless, doesn't matter, because you already got it back. Appreciate you guys. Now, if this is on common stock, it's different, because what's the chance of a common stock going up 100%? Well, if we're talking about ARK funds, it is possible in a year, but that's a long time, so it's not really going to be like that for that. Those common stock you just buy and hold, unless you're trying to swing trade something like a SPAC or something like that, then for sure I would consider selling it at merger, but commons, yep, like I said about the commons. All right, guys. 3 minutes. Here we go. 91 viewers. That's awesome. This is the most I've ever had, I think. Nice. It's not very much compared to other YouTubers, but yeah, I appreciate you guys. We're just growing so fast. It's really awesome. If an option is losing money, do you cut your loss at a point? Or, yeah, I mean, I would cut at 50%, around 50%. Cut at a 50% loss, because if we're consistently taking profits at 25, 50, and 100, so we can afford to have some couple of losses at 50%. Negative 25% is a little bit too close when we're talking about short-term options, because they're so volatile. Like, that's not going to be uncommon to be at negative 25%. But then the next day, they easily can fluctuate up and down 20%, 25, 30% in a day. So yeah, I mean, we're going to be rolling it out. I cut an iPod. Don't forget, I cut the iPod. I didn't roll it. That was one that I had to cut at a loss in recent memory. Was iPod, and we're down on the SBE, and we're down on the Apple so far. But that's really all the bad positions we've had. The Apple one is just so disappointing because it's freaking Apple after all. But hey. DKNG 62 for February 26th. Should I roll it? February 26th? Yeah, maybe. That's pretty short. Oh, I don't know what it's trading at right now, but I have 2 minutes to check, so I will. February what? 26th? So you got like a week left? 9 days? Might keep it. You might keep it, but you might be cutting it pretty short. But if it goes up to 62, 63, 64, you're gonna be making some pretty good money. But it's already so short. You want to play it safe. You roll it. You want to gamble a little bit, I guess you could say. Which there's nothing wrong with gambling, guys. Just don't YOLO on some crazy thing with all your money. And then there's nothing wrong with gambling, because at the end of the day, we're not really sure what's going to go up and down. All we can do is try our best on the fundamental analysis and due diligence. Alright, looks like we got about less than a minute right now. Is it possible to just print money selling slightly out of the money ARC weekly options? Yeah, but I mean, it's still risky because it can go down. It's not always just going to go up. Like right now. If you're doing weeklies, they would be down just a crap ton right now. Anyways, the market is pretty much open, so we'll be able to check how much the weeklies are down. But anyways, there's not even weeklies for ARCG. There's only monthlies. Alright guys, here we go. The first thing we're going to do is take a look at Apple. My portfolio might be getting hammered today. There might be some blood and gore here, but we'll see. In SFW, right? Alright, markets are open. Let's just see what the damage is on the ARC. Oof. Yeah, oh yeah, it's capped down here. Yeah, we gotta have to do this. So let's go to our positions. Apple. Let's just go ahead and close this. What do we want to do? Market last price is 163. I don't know. Can we get 165? We can try. No, probably not. Let's just play it safe and get out of this. Okay, selling the Apple. Take a picture fast. Alright, that just filled at 165. Cool. Okay, so we're out of that position, guys. Alright. Let's see. Post this on the Twitter really fast. See, that's the thing. Sometimes. Alright, just do really fast. Yeah, but we're not really in a rush. Okay, we're down almost 3% now. That's okay. The DraftKings is kind of sucks. We could get $3 back though. Is there any point? Let's see. Everything is pretty good though. Our Lemonade is up 4.5%. Our Lee is up. LAC is up. Spaces is up, but hopefully it falls more. This is the Apple really far out one now. Okay, so for some reason it just moved down here. That's a leap. Well, it's almost a leap. This one we're going to wait. We're just going to wait that up. Don't need to roll that anytime soon. The SBE one though is 41%. Let's just go ahead and look at this really quick. But we're out of the Apple though, so that one kind of sucks. We definitely took a loss on that. I need to write that down on the Excel really quick. Okay, this one doesn't look so bad. If it can come up a little bit green, I might just keep it for another day. Because I know the decay is going to get to me, but eventually this one's going to bounce once the news comes through about the merger. So let me just write down the Apple one in my Excel sheet really quick. It was the April 16th. We sold all 4, I believe. Okay, 25 shares of ACIC just filled at 16, okay. We sold 4 contracts and the price was 165. So what is the damage on this exactly? Okay, that's it. Yeah, 61%. We lost 61%, which was $260. Not so bad. You know what I mean? So overall, that's why, guys, I want to stress that even though we're down 50-60% on one of our positions, we only lost $260. So if that's relative to how much we're working with, that's not much. So even though I have a decent account balance here. We're not going all in on some of these options. We're still playing it safe because overall, the options, I'm super happy if I can create $5,000 to $10,000 a month in income from doing this. You know, this is enough for my life. I don't need any more money than that. So I don't spend so much money. Although Shanghai is pretty expensive, to be honest with you. But hey, it is what it is. So I'm not trying to risk a lot of money here. Because if we went in with $10,000, $20,000, which some people would on Apple calls, you know what I mean? We would have lost $6,000, $10,000 right there. $6,000, $12,000, who knows? So we just want to do a lot of small ones and get the leaps in the long term and the vertical spreads. We can a little bit safer. We can go in more. Also, selling covered calls, we go in more. And selling covered calls is not chump change by any time, by any means. Nevertheless, the SBE one kind of sucks. What's my expiration on that though? See if the decay is just going to kill us. It's March 19th. $45. March 19th. Well, we still have what? More than a month. We might roll this. I'm not tripping on this one though. How much is this position for myself? We're down $600. Not so bad. Space cover are great right now. $30 March 19th just filled. Oh yeah, the space cover call, I know. I've got one of those. I bet you those are down. What is my strike on that? It's 46 for March 5th. That one's interesting. And it's almost down there. Look at that. That's beautiful. Once we get those 100 shares of space, we're going to be selling it. It's down a lot, man. What's going on? SOS is up. ACIC is up so much. That's funny. Churchill Capital, NNDM. All of those are good ones. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Palantir. What are we going to do with this? Looks like it might be bouncing. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's do a decent August. Let's do an August. Spend a little bit of money, but be a little bit safer. It's up a decent amount. I think this could be a pretty good time. We can always dollar cost average, so only get one contract right now. Maybe two contracts, but we can get more later. All right, what do we want here? We got some time. Maybe like a 33. That'd be 39 break even. A 30 could be a 37 break even. Kind of interesting. Let's try to get that for 7. Yeah, we could try 750. We only want one contract. We're going to dollar cost average that if we need to. So let's just go ahead and place that order. Okay, that order is going to be in. Probably that's going to get filled. I would expect. I would expect that one to get filled, but maybe not. So let me just go ahead and post that onto the Twitter. Palantir. I don't remember. $30 August calls. $30 August calls. And I got that at $750. Only one contract though, because I want a dollar cost average just in case it does fall more. Always can dollar cost average on the options too. Okay, so that one was kind of interesting. Nano, it's going up though. Google SBE is not actually doing bad compared to everything else right now. How's everything doing? Okay, let's start. What else do we need to look at though? Well, let's refer to my watch list. ProStockAdvice.com/watchlist or /blog. Today, what did we talk about? The NNDM, ACIC, both are up. Palantir, we already got it. I mean, we're pretty set for that. Go to the watch list and just browse through it really quick and see if we can do anything. Well, what's down the most right now anyways. THCX could be interesting. ARK-K. Let's do this one. Let's get some leaps on it. Yeah, it's dropping off. I'm just going to dollar cost average into this one. I don't want to do anything crazy right now. Because if it falls more, then it's fine. So let's just get into some long-term positions here. Deep in the money. 702 days. Let's see how much it costs. Probably going to cost a lot. Yeah. 70 delta is $5,000. Could be interesting though. I don't mind putting the money into these positions, but you know, at one point it's, yeah, the break even is like 172, but we could always sell it. That's a long time out. See the 338, 70 delta is what? That's right around 130, $4,000. You know, I'm kind of interested in this, the 2-year one. At what, 70 delta? Yeah, we can do cheaper though. I mean, 145. I think we can do a 65 delta. Could be interesting. Yep. So we're just gonna get one of those. Limit price. We can try to do 41.5. Probably not gonna get so much volume, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the bid. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Alright, that order is in. It's not that expensive if you want. If you want some exposure to ARK, you can always do a ARK-K. I think ARK-G is cheaper. We're going to check that next, but don't worry. The strike was what? 145? 145 at, what did we do? We did 41.5. Alright, that's in on Twitter. Alright. Now let's go ahead and go back to the watch list. I'm getting some good orders in here, guys. ARK-G, we're going to go down. That kind of sucks because we just bought one yesterday, but hey, somebody asked me why did I only do one. Well, because I'm going to dollar cost average it. So now we're going to get another one. Because I assume we're down on this. See if we can find it here real quick. The Ford is down now. That's too bad because it was up before. ARK-G, yeah, we're actually down almost 10%. So we're going to go ahead and dollar cost average, get another one, pick up another one on that. Same one. What did we buy it at? Just for reference, we bought it at $28.50. And we're going to buy this one at, we're going to try to get it at 24 maybe. 23.70 we'll do that. We'll do the bid. And we're just going to get one more of those so that we'll dollar cost average into this position, which I think is a pretty good idea. And we were thinking about that yesterday. We were wondering, well, maybe we shouldn't do too much because it might pull back. And sure enough, it did. So we're just playing it safe. We're just being a little bit conservative, but we're not grandma and grandpa investing here. We're still taking some risks. They're just calculated. ARK-G, 307 DT, dollar cost averaging another contract. Alright, and what's next? We're getting in some good orders today. The ARK-W would be interesting for me to pick up. It's down 2% today. I also would, the furthest out we can do is 300 days, so that's unfortunate. I would like to do more, but it is what it is. I need this to update. See what the delta is on this. It's not updating very fast on my end. Need to find out what's around a 60, 70 delta. Maybe 80. And see what the prices are. Oh, while that's loading, let me check the chat. CCIV going nuts. Congrats to anybody that had it. Space. Did you just sell it instead of roll it? Well, I closed the Apple, and then I was going to buy another one, but I guess I never did. So this one is not loading for the delta. The delta says it's 1. 100, but that's obviously not right. I wish it was, huh? Anyways, I think that's pretty good for right now. We could always pick up an ICLN. Also, the print could be interesting. So we'll look at the chart on this. Yeah, I mean, they're just going down, though. We could be looking at another correction, but yeah, we're down 3%. This is a pretty healthy because we can pick up some more stuff, but the Lee ones are going up a lot. What? Interesting. Well, hopefully we get a sign there. So that's good news. Because we don't actually want to close that. It's a 29.5, so we almost can get assigned. And then we'll have 400 shares of Lee, so that's good. Space is fine. We also want to get assigned at 46. The LAC, we're 9%. We took a profit yesterday. The Apple long term, we're going to ride that out. SMH, we're still pretty high. Although I was thinking about closing that out at 150, so and then rebuying it at the pullback. But nevertheless, I could just go ahead and buy that. That's March 5th, 245. Yeah, could be interesting. Because I assume those are pulling back a decent amount right now. Maybe I'll wait, but those sort of go wrong though sometimes for that. Alright, what else? What else? SPE. Yeah, I mean... Let's just check it one more time. Is it still in the buy zone though? It is. It's not really doing so well. I might have to close it though. We're not taking anything for profit today, I'm sure. We could just take the SMH at 89% profit right now and then just buy it more for a little bit further out. It's not a bad idea. The DraftKings is just annoying me just to look at that. But hey, it is what it is. Jivo, those are cool. We want to get assigned on those because those are selling puts. The cash covered puts. The DraftKings vertical were a little bit backwards, but overall it's not bad. Just the worst one was Apple and the SPE. I don't want to close the SPE because any day it could just bounce. So it's hard to close that right now. Even though it is at 49, negative 49%. And it's trading pretty sideways, so the decay is just going to kill it. But we could see how much further it goes, but I mean, you just got to be careful on those specs. Let's see what orders we have right now. We have the ARC-G, ARC-K, Palantir, ACIC, still going to buy some. The ARC-W, though, we don't have. Which I would like some, to be honest with you. We should get a working order for this. But it didn't load in, though. I want to know what the delta is on those. Well, what are you going to do? Does the delta work here? You know, the delta works here. Maybe it is 100. That's impossible, right? Every single strike is 100 delta. Anyways, whatever. We can just do deeper in the money. Shorter term, but deeper in the money. We could get a 85 delta. 86.90 delta. You know? We could. It's going to cost a pretty penny. We could try a 79 delta. I mean, I want to do it because it's down right now. I just would like to know the delta on these. I'm tempted to go ahead and close that SMH that we're up 89% right now, although we should have closed it yesterday, but hey, what are you going to do? Is it 90%? Well, anyways, let's wait and see. Things are starting to go up. Let's see how far it's going to go. We were at negative 3%. Now we're at negative 2.45. Let's just see. I got some of these covered calls that are closing that are going to expire soon, so we'll see if we're going to hit. Yeah, that reminds me, I do have the ARC G covered. The strike was a 119. Yeah, I have 100 shares of those. What is the market? Yeah, we're not going to get assigned to. That's cool. Well, maybe if it bounces up before Friday. But anyways, let's check in on the chat. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys are trading with us. Are you looking at CRSP down from 220 to 145? CRISPR Therapeutics? Gene editing company. Yeesh, that one's kind of dropping off though. For the genes, genomic, those type of things, I kind of want to leave it up to Kathy Woods to help me out with those. Get some ARC Gs, but for sure I'm interested in that. I just don't know too much about it, and it tells us at 778 though. Lemonade is down decent amount. I wonder if we could cost average that in. How bad is our position? Well, it's a vertical spread, so it shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, it's only down 6%. We could pick up another one of those. It's a 165, it's a 200 June 18th. Yeah, I mean, seems like an interesting idea to me. Pick up another lemonade. I love some lemonade. I don't care what people say about lemonade. But hey, if it goes down more, it's all good. I think this one could reach 190, but it's going to take some time. CLI is down. It's starting to get in my buy zone because I wanted to wait for it to fill this gap, so we're going to kind of wait that out a little bit more. The DraftKings, I've already got 2 positions on this. I don't really want more. It's in a bullish trend, so even if it trades flat to the support and then bounces, that's all good. We're looking all right. Okay, what's going on? Okay, it's going up. It's going up. Markets are going up a little bit, so that's cool. Let's check out a triple Q. It's bouncing. How about that XLK I was talking about? It's also bouncing. Could be interesting, guys, to pick that up right now if you're looking for a long-term position. For me, I got so much exposure on those things already. ACIC, hey, I mean, we got some of these. We're down a little bit. Yeah, our average is 16.125, but it's okay. If it goes down to 15, we're buying more. It doesn't matter. So that's all good. I also kind of want to do another one. Do a 1450 just so we don't forget. Do another 50. Do another 50 shares here. Time of day, I mean, I kind of want to just go ahead and change that good till canceled. But there's no rush to do that, guys. There's no rush. So let's go back to the watch lists here. All stocks, change, sort by the worst. TRXC, huh? Space. Space is approaching our buy zone, which is really cool. It's not looking so bad today. Man, it's iPod. How's that one? Yeah, it's still flat. A good thing we rolled that. We rolled it, or we closed it right when it broke that, if you guys remember. That was one of my losing ones. Things happen. NEO is down 3%. LAC is down 3%. Xiaopeng. Hey, guys, did you see the picture of the Xiaopeng I posted on my Instagram today? It's the one that I always see parked. And it's pretty nice. It's got some black rims on it. It's pretty cool. What are you guys thinking on Peloton? I don't know. It's a good question. I'm more interested in picking up these Xiaopengs, to be honest with you. Xiaopengs are my Li, because I've got this Li 29.5, but I do kind of want some Xiaopengs too, though, to be honest with you. So we're coming pretty close to it, and if we can get for 29.5, we already got paid. We got paid $1.50, so our cost is going to be $28 on those leaves, so that's pretty cool if it does trigger. And we've got until February 21st, so it seems like it could. The SMH is going back up, cool. It's 100% now. These ARCGs covered, I could close that out and then I could resell it because it's already almost maxed out because we sold it at $1.20 and it's already at 8 cents. So I mean, we can just keep waiting though until the 19th, which is soon. We just can get that $8. The lemonade vertical, no, it's coming back up. It's 1.5 now. Interesting. Yeah, there's no rush on those. I don't want to force anything. The apple is, this is a, not a leap, but it's like 300 days till expiration is down 14%. That's saying something. SBE has improved a little bit because remember it was at 49 before. So we're just going to be chilling on that one. I'm feeling like just waiting. The Ford is up 3%. Okay, things are looking better. This DraftKings is just annoying me looking at it. But hey, that was just a gamble, straight up gamble. Because it was a 75 strike, only like really short term, but sometimes it pays off. And you know, something we can talk about real quick is hedging. Because some people are, and by some people I mean basically everyone on the internet is talking about an imminent market crash this year. And I see some people talking about that even sooner, maybe in a couple of weeks. But see guys, there can be a correction of 3 to 5%. That's very healthy, and it's a great time to buy. But if we're talking about a real crash like 2008, like 50% down, I mean, we need to maybe take some hedge positions. So it really is going to depend. We can buy some puts, just really far out of the money puts. Just spend a relatively small amount of money for you on them. But if the market did crash, we would get like 50x on those puts. So we'll be doing that. But I, for one, don't really think that the market's about to crash. Because if you think about it, things are rebounding right now. They're on the up and up from Corona. Also, there's going to be another stimulus as far as I know. Although somebody can check me on that. But there should be. It's like $1,400 supposed to be coming. Overall, that's not good for the health of the economy in the long term, obviously, printing all that money. But it's good to be buying Bitcoin at that time. You can hedge against this in just by owning Bitcoin. You can also take these hedges I'm talking about by buying small puts way out of the money. Probably you're going to lose the money, but it's just insurance policy. So, I mean, we're just going to have to see how things go. But I don't necessarily think it's going to come in the next couple of weeks. But it can be interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at that while we are waiting for some orders to fill. Some things are going on. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So my portfolio would be heavy in tech and heavy in semiconductors. So we could look at maybe a triple Q, because that's NASDAQ, which is heavy in tech. So we might want to do something like that. We could look at puts way out. And this is a leap. So let's just do way out here. And this is just an insurance policy, guys. You're just going to kind of buy this and forget about it. So way out of the money. These are a little bit expensive. But yeah. $3, $4. So I mean, that's, you know, buy put. They're recommending $650, but I wouldn't pay that much. So that's going to cost you $400. So it could be interesting. Let me double check, see if I have that right. You just do something way out of the money because, yeah, you're probably going to lose the $400. But if the market crashes by 50%, which for some reason everybody on the internet thinks, and if it really does, those are going to go way up. So it can be interesting. You can also check 338. But just keep in mind, if it doesn't crash, then you're probably going to lose that money. But you know, it's not necessarily that big of a deal because it doesn't cost much. Just do something way out of the money. Look, this one is, you could possibly get this $70, $80, $100. Spend a couple $100. Get some of those QQQ puts way out of the money, just far out. Like, don't spend so much money on it. But these are just insurance policies, because if the market crashes by 50%, boy, those are going to go up quite a lot. You could definitely 50x your money. So we'll just have to see. But you could do a SPY, you could do XLK for tech. If you're heavy on tech, you could just do general, or you could do every single position you have, you could just go and buy put on it. It's possible. So let's just look at this one. Yep. So if you really want to hedge, you would look at the delta. So if you have, for example, I don't know, if you had XLK, if you were holding the shares and you look at the delta, so this would hedge against about 88, let's just say the delta is about 88.5, so that would hedge against about 88 shares. So if you buy one contract, you see, so that was the true purpose of the delta. So you would need to buy one contract. If you have 164 shares, then you would need to buy two contracts. That's just how you hedge. That's the true purpose. But for me, I'm not even talking about that, because that's cost a lot of money. That costs $4,700, $4,800. I'm not even saying doing that, because the worst case scenario in 2008, the markets crashed by 50%. And then, about a year later, they fully recovered. The Dow Jones was at 12,600 when the market crashed in 2008. And then, it crashed to... what was it, 6,000 something, so it lost. It lost about 50%. About a year later, it already recovered back to 13,000. A little more than a year. And now it's like 31,000. So if you sit on the sidelines, you're going to lose out. But anyways, guys, just to show you one more time, I'm not even sure if I had that sharing the screen here. But just to show you, try to get, I'm just thinking about way out of the money buying puts. It's a very cheap insurance policy. Those should skyrocket if there is a crash. So if you're really worried about it, you can do it. I think it's a pretty good idea, to be honest with you, because it's not much money. I have a pretty big account balance, relatively, so I might want to do that. If you guys, maybe you can try to find a cheap one. $100 isn't much money, even if you have, you know, $10,000 or whatever. But you might want to buy a few though. And if you want to maybe get a semiconductor one if you're heavy in semiconductors, get a tech one if you're heavy in tech, just some general things. So at least, even if the market does crash and you are losing money, but at least you're making money in these puts that are way out of the money, just skyrocketing. Those are my thoughts. But I'm not in any rush to do that. Although it's so cheap, you might as well just buy an insurance policy. Because the worst case scenario, you're going to lose $100 or the $400 or however much you put into those. But the insurance is for a market crash. I mean, you can even see like how much would I make on those if it did crash. Okay, so what are we on? We're on XLK. This is the technology ETF. If we did do this one like way out, let's just do this one right here. It's like around $100, $200 we can buy it for, whatever. This one's $100. So that's $60. The current price is $136. So $60, and these are in increments of 5. So, okay, let me do the math on that. 136 minus 60, 76 below, so then plus 136. So maybe about 212 if it went up. Yeah, so it'd be way up here. So if this really did crash way down here, the easiest way is if it did crash to 60 and hit your strike, let's just say. So this contract of $100 would probably, at the money, be worth about $1,300. So that's about 13x on your money. You could buy, but I mean, if it went even lower than that, which it could, But you would sell it if it dropped that much. Even if it didn't hit your strike of 60, even if it just lost $30 on the underline down to 100, but your contract would still go up a lot. And then you could sell it off if you think that's the bottom or whatever. If you have any more questions about that, we can totally make a video on it, but you know, those are my basic thoughts because it's in my brain as of late. But let's go back to trading a little bit. How about that? Nothing else is really hitting all that much. I don't think. Let me just go ahead and check back into it. My orders working. Nope. Anything filled? Just my ACIC, my Apple. Nothing filled. So it must be bouncing, but it's not bouncing very much. Probably we're getting pretty close. Let's check it out. The Palantir 750. Oof, it's already up a decent amount. It's 812. All right. Well, let's just keep it. I don't want to rush into it because it's gone down so much recently. And the ARC G and ARC K, we're gonna keep holding off on that. Would you ever buy VIX calls? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same idea though as what I was just talking about. It doesn't matter which way you do it. You can do a little bit of both, but it's the same principle. Solo is feeling real solo. You forgot about him. Thank you. That is true, but it sucks to be doing this on a day where everything is down. I might hold off on it. What can I get out of it? $80? 8.5? Yeah, it's not bad. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do a 9.2. That sounds about right. That sounds pretty good. And we want to sell it. 10? Oh, that's a put. Stupid. Yeah, let's not make that mistake. Okay, calls 8.5. Yeah, we're not going to get anything. What? I'm going to get $10. It's not even worth it. Wait for a day for it to bounce up a little bit at least. It's just not even worth it. Yeah. Well, let's just go over everything. Wait a minute. Let's review these things really quick. Lee is down. Okay, that's okay because that's selling a put. Apple is down 15. Still sucks. Yeah, I didn't even get back into the Apple. So far I've just closed it. I haven't actually rolled it out. SMH we're at 99. That's not so bad. SPE, it's improved a little bit from earlier. Space, LAC, Lee. I mean, what am I looking at? The ARC G we're down 9%, but that's not so bad, especially if we can pick up the other position in it. And I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna try to force it. Yeah, everything's dropping off again. Yeah, it was coming back up, but now it's coming back down a little bit. But that's okay. Ford is actually up a little bit for the day. So is ACIC. Go figure. I think we're coming out on top. Our cost basis is 16,125. Yeah, we're making a little bit of money. That's cool. That's a little bit longer term right there. Shouldn't be that long. Should be just a couple of months. So just, you know, if it keeps dipping, I'll keep buying. That's going to be my new strategy, I think, for the SPACs. Because the SPE one, for example, we had the call option on it. Seemed like a good idea, but those just can get real messed up if if the news is delayed or the merger is delayed or something like that. So that might be the new strategy. It's just you find out about a SPAC, just buy the spec and just hold the spec. Don't try to do anything tricky with it. That would be the safer thing to do, but yeah. Well, anyways, let's check the ETF indexes that I have here. Dow Jones is actually not doing so bad. THCX, could be interesting. But I have these that I will be selling those soon. Yep. On Friday I'm going to get assigned. I'll have to sell them, but that's okay. So I don't want to do anything just yet. Well, it was at 19, actually, now that I think about it. Who knows, it might come back down to 19. I might not have to sell them after all. But, you know, that's kind of unfortunate because I don't mind selling them, and I should have just sold them at 31. But I was selling the covered calls, so I didn't really have a choice there. It is what it is. Let's see what else is interesting. This 3D printing one might be finally a good, and this is managed by ARC. This might be a good time to start looking into getting some of these, but it's still just so high, and the 3D printing is really cool, but you know, it's not going to be on the top priority of things. Let me just go over my watch list really quick. Oh yeah, that reminds me of the net. I wanted to look at that because yesterday the orders that were canceled that didn't get filled, let's go and review it. Yeah, the Tesla I could. Probably it's not worth anything selling a covered call on the Tesla. Tesla's coming back up a little bit, thank God. So maybe the IV is high. So we could check that. 2 days till expiration. But we could do like an 850 strike. Nice. I think we could probably risk a little bit. 840 strike. I'm going to be selling. This is a call selling the. No, call sell $205. Let's go 200 and. Yeah, let's do. Let's just get some money though. Let's just do 205. Because there's a few days I still haven't gotten it, but it's okay. There's no need to rush because it's. Oh, that just filled immediately. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's no need to rush because the money is still on the table. All right, that one I probably should write down on my Excel. Yep. The strike was 845, cost 205. I executed that on today, and then the expiration date is 2/19. So that's going to be soon. And it's for -1 contracts. Okay. So right, this should be -205. Let me just make sure my math is right, guys. Give me a second. Yep, so we just got $205. It says 0%. Yeah, because $205 is nothing when you're talking about 100 shares of Tesla, but it's 2 days, so it's better than nothing. Might as well get the money. It's going down a little bit, right? ZOM did. Okay, let me check it out. Yeah, everything is dipping, but that one definitely is. Yeah, this one's interesting. This was in our first buy zone. We could do something with it. Can't do any options though, so it's just going to be buying shares, huh? We could drop some money in it. Let's do 100 shares. Probably limit price 220. That would be right at the top of my buy zone. I would prefer to do 210, to be honest with you. I should have already had that up there, but hey, it is what it is. Time and force the day. Yeah, I just want to do the day. Yep, let's go ahead and get that in. 100 orders, 100 shares of ZOM, Z-O-M, Zomedica. Could be interesting. Let's just see if it dips a little bit further. Okay, let me get that posted on the Twitter. But so far, guys, we're not doing bad. We're not in many backwards positions. Just really the Apple and the SBE was the worst ones. And we're taking care of those too. Well, we're about to take care of the SBE, I guess. And the Apple one is going to be rolled out. It's going to be fine. ZOM Commons limit order at 210. Cool, cool. Yeah, I was hoping that the dip would happen yesterday, actually, but today's fine. Space is holding on. It's coming up a little bit. How about this one? Pershing. Yeah, but that one's so high now, though. And it's all based on rumors and speculation and hype because of Bill Ackman as the manager. Yeah, but anyways, how's good old Bitcoin doing? Oof, hello. That's interesting. Good, good. All right, let's continue looking at these canceled orders from yesterday. Yeah, we had that SPY for March 2022. We had a SPY leap that got canceled. Yeah. I'm feeling a net though, I think. The solo, I don't even want to sell the covered call. Let's look at the net though. This one is interesting. Cloudflare. It's up today. That's interesting. Well, too bad that order didn't go through. But nevertheless, we can do something with this though, even though it's up today, because we can just put the limit order in for very low, just in case. Now, just for reference, mine was $90 May 21st. Okay. So let's go May 21st, 90 days out. Yeah, $90. Yeah, it seems pretty good, pretty safe. And how much did I put it in for? I put it in for $750, and this contract's already up to, yeah, it's already up to 9. So that's too bad. But we wouldn't have got it for $750. We would have had got it for 8 something, I'm sure. But nevertheless, we could try to get it for $850 today. Who knows? We might. Might should go a little bit lower, but we're going to go ahead and put a limit in for $850. How many contracts did I get on that? I only wanted 1. Yep, because I wanted the dollar cost average. Okay. Well, this one seems pretty good. Pretty much what we did yesterday, but didn't feel so. We want to just go ahead and try to get that again, but it's up a little bit today, so I'm not in any rush on these. And the limit order was $850. Cool, cool. Well, let's see. What else can we do? 100 shares of ZOM. Yeah, it's worth it. That one's cheap. Might as well. Nothing makes sense with Bitcoin anymore, I know, right? It is quite high. Yeah. Yeah, you know, ZOM is, we're not talking about big monies, but it's some monies. Any thoughts on what the market has been right across the board, on why the market has been? I think it's just a healthy pullback. There's just a lot of fear going around, circulating on the internet. Everybody's talking about a crash. If it crashes, it crashes. We're just going to buy puts and buy VIX, so we'll be fine. And usually it only, if it's as bad as 2008, which I doubt it will be because we just had one in March. Although the catalyst was the Corona, but still, I'm a little bit doubtful about that because they're still going to print money. It's going to prop up the economy for the foreseeable future and the stimulus and everything like that. Plus, everything's on the up and up from the lockdowns and everything like that. Everything's getting back to normal. So yeah, I don't really see that, to be honest with you. But I think there is some fear. I mean, no need to be too scared about the red across the board. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a healthy pullback. Just an opportunity to get some tasty positions. So I wouldn't be all that worried about it. Yep, because there's a lot of things that are up. We're still making money in our options, although our portfolio is dipping. And that is probably mostly due to semiconductors, I guess. Yep, SOXL's down 4.8%, but see, that's not a big deal because it was up like 10%, 15% last week. So it's pretty normal, I would say. Last week was really good. On my portfolio, I went from like 700,000 to it was like 760, I guess. Yeah, I was up 760 last week. So it was, I don't know what this dip is. I mean, I was up to like 770 actually at one point, so I hadn't gone up a lot, so it's normal to pull back on some of those things. Not anything to be so worried about, I believe. But for the day, we're down. But that's okay. We're still trying to get some of these positions, although they're not filling. Although if it keeps going down, they're probably going to fill. But we'll see. I've seen plenty of days it starts like this and then it eventually picks up. We'll just have to see. But I don't know. I mean, we could check out news and stuff. It's not a bad idea. I like to just go to Market Watch really quick. Just see what's going on there. Although there's so... the first article is want to avoid an overpriced U.S. stock market. Here's one strategist's advice on how to ride the inflation wave. Then it's a picture of like, looks like a Rafiki from The Lion King or something like that. Yeah. Well, Bill Gates roasted for saying rich countries should eat 100% synthetic beef. Is that like a pun intended, like roasted? Famed investor Jim Rogers says don't buy America stocks at highs. Here's what he likes instead. Huh. What do you like, Jim Rogers? Singapore Stock Exchange because of the rise of China? For sure, it makes sense. But you could just buy like Chinese stocks on Moomoo.com, right? Yeah, Market Watch is kind of taking a turn for the worse. Nothing so interesting. There's the power to disaster in Texas. So 20 dead. Oil is going up. Texas' reputation as U.S.'s energy capital is at risk. Does it even matter? Who cares what the reputation is, right? Weird. Oil is up 0.47%. Gold is down 1%. The Dow is down just a little bit. S&P is down 0.5%. Nasdaq is down 1%. It's really not that bad. I don't, yeah, I mean, look into Market Watch. Just really, it's not a good place to look into. But just to get the overall temperature of everything. Are you a Yankees fan? No, I'm not really. But the story is in China, where I am, you can't really get. I can't get any jerseys that I want. So really, the only ones they have is like LA and New York. So it is what it is. I'm just worried. I mean, I went to school in New York, so I like it, but I'm not really a Yankees fan. Apple testing 130, cool. Well, I'm glad we're out of that position. Let's check out. I'm picking some up now. Now the question is what strike? Because at first we had the April 16th, so I'm obviously tempted not to do that. Although we could do that at a lower strike, so we could have rolled it to a lower strike. But I think 121 day will be interesting for me. And it was at 150. So yeah, let me just do the math on this really quick. The field position was the Apple. I got how much money for that? 165 per contract. So over here it's going to cost 424. So that's kind of the problem that we're going to run into right there. It's like 3 times more expensive, but that's just what you kind of pay. We could always roll it out to May 21st at 150. So that would only be less than half. That would be more interesting, just to save a little bit on the money. We could go at a further strike, but I don't really want to do that right now. I'm also tempted just to let it ride for a while, because the further it goes down, the cheaper we can pick those back up. So that's the interesting thing about manually rolling, because I saw some questions on, I think, the Discord in the VIP section, link in the description, that, like, I know E-Trade, for example, like they have a button that you click that says roll. But since Webull doesn't actually have the calendar and diagonal spreads yet, although they're supposed to come out with those, it doesn't matter because we can manually do it, which is more interesting because we can also time it. Because if you just push the button to roll it to this date, it's not going to wait for the price to dip further. It's just going to do it immediately. Close and open. But now, so we essentially closed it at the opening bell, and then we waited for a further dip, so the prices are even cheaper to buy back. But obviously, that's not going to work every time because sometimes you close it and then actually the prices might go up. But you would just have to play it by ear on that. Astros, yeah, I'm an Astros fan. That's right. How'd you know? The stock that would take the biggest hit in a market crash? Well, if we look at the Corona semi-crash that we had, the hardest hit, I mean, beside the travel and airlines, oil was pretty hard hit. Retail. So I think in a market crash, people are going to be spending less money on travel because they don't have as much money. Maybe people get laid off. The real estate foreclosures, so real estate's going to get hit. So don't be so much into REITs, but I guess you guys aren't really into the real estate investment trusts anyways, because I'm not really so into that. Although I do have some for my retirement, but real estate's going to get hit. People get laid off. Probably retail, malls, those type of commercial real estate investment trusts like the REITs, those are going to get hit very hard. And I would assume oil would a little bit, although I would assume it would a little bit. But we can always go back on the historical data for the 2008 crash. That was a huge real estate bubble. I don't really think that would be as similar this time if it crashed, but overall the safest thing to do, Monica, would be to diversify right now. Possibly take out some insurance policies on far out of the money puts on whatever sectors you're in. They're just insurance policies, so if you don't file a claim on insurance, you kind of lose that money. You think about it like that. You got to pay hopefully you don't pay $10,000 a year. You got to pay $1,000 a year. If you don't use it, then you kind of lose it. But hopefully you don't have to lose it. That's the point. So I think it's overall not a bad idea, because things are high right now, and I just see so much news that it's going to crash. But to be honest with you, when people are scared and there's a lot of fear going around, I think you should buy. Just my opinion. Because the worst case scenario, if it starts crashing, we just pick up some of those puts. They'll be more expensive, but overall we will cut the losses. Also, you could sell. It just is a click of a button to sell it, because usually it's not going to crash all in one day. But also, if you have some cash on the sidelines, just buy the way down. Also could be a good chance to turn your margin on and start utilizing it to dollar cost average all the way down. I'm not recommending that, and I cannot say that I would be doing that. But I might use 50, 100,000 to buy at the low points that I identify. Maybe every day it goes down, maybe buy another 10, 20, put another 10, 20,000 into it on margin, wait for it to recover, because it will recover eventually, although it might be a year, 6 months, who knows. Those are some of the things that you would think about. So the crash is nothing to be scared of. Don't sit on the sidelines right now, because the market could go up by 200% before it pulls back by 50, and you're going to miss those gains. So I don't think it's right to sit on the sidelines and be scared. Because if it does start to crash, it's not the end of the world. Things will recover. Trust in America. In the words of Warren Buffett, the dinosaur investor, never bet against America. You know, even I lived in China for a decade, and I can tell you that the Chinese economy has grown a lot, and it's very strong now. But they're still in the shadow of America for a lot of things. They always talk about America, 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 America. They always very, very, very interested in the politics, the economics. If they want to be number one in GDP, I mean, it's just a big competition, and frankly, it's quite annoying. But at the end of the day, look at all the good Chinese companies. They're all trading on the US stock market. And the Chinese retail investors, they don't have access to buy these Chinese companies. My Chinese friends, they cannot even buy NIO. They cannot even invest in Xiaopeng. They cannot even invest in Alibaba. How stupid is that? Yeah, Texas got a few teams though. They got the Rangers in Dallas. I can only buy commons on my account. Okay, well, buy the commons. There's nothing wrong with that. Pick up some more ZOM. Pick up some NXEs. Some cheap ones. You can buy. Don't rush into it though, Sky. How many people do we have on the Discord, by the way? I just checked. It was like almost 800. Like, what? That's crazy. You guys are seriously the best. Check the links in the description, everybody, for where to follow along in the community and where to join and be active. And yeah, while you're at it, please go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're making some money on my tips, go ahead and send me $1 or $2. Tip jar is at the top. All right, let's see what the damage is now. 4%, huh? Well, we're pulling back, all right. We are pulling back, and still none of our orders are getting filled, though. Huh. The net, the ZOM, things are going down, though, so they probably are on the way to getting filled. Let's see, this ARCG I put in for 2370. It's 25. Huh. I don't want to force this though, because everything is slipping. RK is. Well, it's just going to be one of those days. I've got 6 orders in. Also for the Palantir one, it's 750. It said 815. It's going lower. Anyways, I'm going to try not to rush anything. Let's check out our positions here. DraftKings is down a little bit, but not so bad. That one's annoying me. Ford is not doing so bad. That's a small position though. ARC-G is not really doing very well, but if we can dollar cost average into it, it'll be pretty good. This could be interesting for me to just go ahead and roll out this covered call. Or I could just wait for it to expire. Since the markets are down anyways, the premiums are not going to be very good to sell these covered calls anyways. The lemonade is only down 3%, which is pretty good because it's a vertical. Those are much more tame. And they save a lot of money too. So anyways, my Lee keeps on falling, which is good. Hopefully I get a sign on that. LAC, we're still up 10%. Space, hopefully that gets assigned. Apple's down 17. SMH is down a little bit as expected. But we already made all our money back on that one, so that doesn't matter. The SBE is down to 51, huh? Well, guys, it's one of those days. It is one of those days. Even though this one is still in my buy zone, the decay is going to start to get to us. I might be closing this one. Yep. Soxel's down almost 7%. TECL is down almost 5%. TQQQ is down 3.5%. Well, yeah, one of those days. Well, the only thing we can do is dollar cost average into some of these positions that are down right now. I could dollar cost average to the SBE, but it's so flat. Probably just going to close that one, take the loss. Although we could wait. It's a tough decision though, because that one's good overall. It's just the time is just going to kill us. It's March 19th. We still have time. Yeah, we might just wait it out. It's not that much money. It's not so much money. We could wait it out. Although it's right at 50%, so you know what? I got a good idea. Let's just go ahead and close. Let's just go ahead and close one or two of these. So yeah, let's just go ahead and close one, and I'd like to do maybe a 2.45 close one. So we're going to take a loss on one of them, but at least that makes our position smaller. It's not a bad idea. I don't want to get all out of that because I have patience. I can wait. It's just I don't want to wait too long because there's always the decay. But anyways, shorter trading lengths should usually be bearish. People are taking profits. We're coming up on a pretty big run up here, coming off of. So it's not all that surprised. Anyways, it is what it is. So hopefully that gets filled. And what else can we do? Not all that much today, guys. Not a very exciting. Things are down. Things are down a decent amount. Not the end of the world by any means, but I mean, we can always roll this arc out. Could be interesting. I mean, it's already down from 120 to $8, so we can buy it back at 8, but we still made 120. And then we could free up 100 shares of ARC, and then we can sell another one further out. It's not a bad idea. We could actually make some money today. Let me just see if I can do that. Close one ARC covered stock. Close -1 ARC call. I'm pretty sure. No, I don't want to do that. I want to just close the covered call. I don't want to sell my ARC. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna buy it back for 8. I want to try to get 8 cents, right? 0.08. Okay, so let me check that's okay. Yeah, because it's buying to close, this at 8. Okay. Oh, the limit increment, so I must do it at 0.10. Okay, whatever. Has to be 0.1. Cannot be 0.08, according to Weeble. Alright, let's go ahead and get that placed in there, and that's going to free up my 100 shares of RG. And it went ahead and filled at 0.08. So let me just go ahead and post that to Twitter. This one we can so okay, let's just make sure everything is fine. Yep. Okay, so my RG just freed up. Here's my 100 shares right here. Okay, yeah, RG, here's my call. Okay, cool. So my 100 shares are free. Now we can take a look at the RG. And it's down so much today, so I assume these are not going to be very much. But we could do another 2-day expiration. We could sell at, okay, calls, yeah. We could sell at 115. We could actually make $20. So we bought it back. We made 120 initially. We bought it back for $8. But then we're going to go ahead and sell it for another 15. Because our strike was 119. So we went ahead and closed that, and then we're going to reopen it at maybe 114. What's the break even though? The break even percentage is up 6.88% in 2 days. I think we could take that risk. Yeah, but anyways, doesn't really matter. We could do 115. It's just a little bit of money. It ain't gonna be very much. Anyways, so we're just gonna go ahead and sell that. Only 2 days to the expiration. So that's just gonna be a quickie. We just squeezed out an extra couple dollars. It doesn't matter, guys. That's not very much money. We're just going to show you guys that you can do that. Because look, this is down 70% today. That's obviously not going to be the best, but the best day to do this. But you know, it's just like that. So we're going to go ahead and sell that for maybe 30. We're going to go put the limit order at 30 just in case it goes up later when we're not looking at this. And then it can hit. If it doesn't, we're only missing out on $30. It's not a very big deal. So we're going to go ahead and sell this covered call. So I hope you guys understand what I just did there. And like I said before, this is an intermediate to advanced options and stock trading channel. I hope you guys appreciate it. So $115 strike at 0.3 limit. Okay, so if that does hit, then we just made an extra $22 that we wouldn't have made. Is it worth it? Yeah, I guess. Why not? Because it was going to expire for the 2 days to expiration anyways, so we just went ahead and squeezed a little bit out. Sometimes it makes sense to do that. In NDM buy zone? Let me check. Yeah, it is. But it's still this, there's this support, so I'm okay to wait another day on that one. Because it doesn't look like it's about to pop. What else is interesting? TRXC. Okay, your order of sell one contract of SBE has been filled. Okay, so we got it out at 245. Cut that one. Just one contract though. The other two I'll keep until tomorrow. See what's going on. So yeah, it's too bad, but let's see what the damage is. Let me just go ahead and get this entered into the Excel. It was at 245. Yeah, we put everything here, guys, on the Excel, so I keep track of it. So on one contract, I took a loss of $250. So that kind of hurts. And that's 51% loss. Kind of hurts, but it's okay. Totally, we're still up $3,300. So sometimes we can afford to take losses. Sometimes it's just going to happen. The Apple one we took the loss on already. Yep, but we haven't bought it back. Because if we go ahead and buy it back, we can make money if it goes up later. And just give us a little bit more time for the 150 strike. But anyways, it is what it is. Usually we win, but sometimes we lose. So let's see what else is going on. Anything interesting? Soxel's down 7%. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So let's look at the SMH calls. Yeah, could be interesting here. It's possible to keep going down like this, which is fine. We just need to see that. But I think I'm okay to wait for tomorrow for that one. The Pershing Square is really interesting, but it's still too expensive. Lee is coming closer to my sign price. And yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything else that I really want to do right now. Yep. MVIS is down like 12%, that's cool, but it's still far away from our buy zone. What goes up must come down. It just depends on how much and when. The lemonade is almost down 4%. It's kind of going down. My vertical spread is actually up 0.5%, so that's funny. The power of the vertical spread. Because remember, you're buying a call and you're selling a call. So actually the ones that we're selling are up more than the ones that we're buying are down. So that's really funny. I kind of would like to increase that position. But I'm not in any rush. My portfolio is taking a beating today. But it's okay. We're trying to get into some good positions. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 open right now. Hoping they hit. If things keep going down, they will hit. So we'll just see about that. But I don't necessarily know if things are going to start going down. Looks like ARCs are still going down, to be honest with you. Yep, so those might hit, which is good. Soxel looks like it's still bleeding too. That's the thing about the 3x ETF, guys. Just yeah, just be aware that it can go up by ×3, can go down by ×3. In the buy zone. Hey Pete, did you stay away from GME during the hoopla? You must be just joining for the first time. Welcome to the community. If you haven't already, go ahead and join the Discord. Go ahead and all the links are in the description. Make sure you put your email address in on my website, prostockadvice.com, so you will get the email notifications. But yes, I did stay away from game. I don't buy the meme stocks. I'm pretty conservative. I'm happy with 150% per year on my portfolio. I'm pretty happy with that. And I don't feel like I'm taking so many big risks. And 90% of my stuff is buy and hold long term growth. You know, so I'm pretty cool. I don't need to get 10,000% on a YOLO. I don't do that type of thing. But I assume that a lot of people here probably did. Hey Pete, if you don't mind, where are you coming from? Did you find us on the Reddit, or did you find us on the YouTube, or where are you coming from? Check out AQMS. Okay. AQMS. Aqua Metals. It's up a lot. But I wouldn't buy it until right here though, because there's a gap that I would prefer to be filled first. But I would be careful with those guys, because that looks pretty similar to AMC or something. So I don't know. I don't know what the due diligence and the fundamentals are on this mineral resource, metals and mining. I don't know if this is a meme stock or whatever, but just be careful about those guys. This is not the right time to buy it. If it's up 20%, that means you are too late. You are too late to the party if it's already up 20%. Don't buy those, because don't forget that that graph of the typical cycle in the FOMO. First is smart money, and then it's retail, and then it's greed, and then it's fear of missing out, and then it's new paradigm, and then it starts falling, and then it's bull trap, and then eventually it just crashes back down to the mean. Hey guys, how are you? The Reddit. Okay, cool. You're from the Reddit. Very nice. Appreciate you guys coming over. I mean, I really enjoy posting on our options every single day. I think it's a pretty nice community. Although I do have to say, our community is growing really fast here. We've already got more than like 800 on the Discord, I think. Yep, just under 800, Sky said. That's crazy. And we only started that, literally, Sky, the mod there, and we only started that like, I feel like it was only a few days ago. Time goes by fast when I'm trying to pump out all of these write-ups, and the videos and stuff like that. But hey, while you're here on the YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. That would be really awesome. Once I get 1,000, I'm gonna start doing some cool stuff. And by the way, guys, I forgot to mention, but I'm doing a giveaway. I posted that on my Twitter, but I didn't even mention it. I'm doing a giveaway of some of the merch that I have, and I just want to send it to some of my OG followers and subscribers once I hit that 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I will send you guys something, maybe a couple of people, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But you have to be following on Twitter, you have to be in the Discord, and you have to be subscribed on YouTube, obviously. Oh, and put your email address in on the website to get the email notifications. So if you guys can do all of that, then you're going to have a chance to get some free stuff. So that'd be cool. You need your own subreddit? Yeah, I have my own subreddit, bro. Let me post the let me post the description. Is r/prostock. Here. Oh, just let's see. Yeah, it's r/prostock. Simple as that. Don't need to post it. Thanks. Appreciate the compliments on the Reddit posts. Voodoo in the buy zone? Let me check. If you guys haven't already checked out my website, please go ahead and do that. There's a lot of good information there, and especially the watch list. Go ahead and look at one of the last videos I posted about more explaining about the watch list and the targets and everything like that if you're a little bit confused. Voodoo is not in the buy zone. No. I would prefer to buy down here. Does my watch list say it's? Yeah, it's not in the buy zone. I want it to fall a lot more than that. That could be a bull trap. February 6th was launch of Discord. Yeah, that's crazy. Yes. Okay, so it's been 10 days. What am I? I'm tripping, but still though, 800 on Discord in 10 days is pretty awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That's crazy. And hey, let's see how many I'm up on YouTube now. 973 is pretty good. I think we might be able to hit the 1,000 today. I really would appreciate that, guys. Seriously. I really would. Yeah, but anyways. Moving on. What else is interesting right now? Pretty much nothing. Everything's just down. Although it's coming back up a little bit. Yeah. I really want to pick up some of those arcs. I wish they would fill. I don't want to adjust it because you know what, guys? I'm pretty conservative. I don't want to force anything. I want to just be able to set my limit orders, get a cheap price, feel like I got a good deal, and just go from there. And if it doesn't fill, we can always try again the next day. Life is long. We don't need to force any of these things. And a lot of the times you're going to regret it if you force it because it'll drop. And you'll be like, oh man, well, why didn't I just wait? Or why didn't I put a limit order in smaller? But anyways, let's see what else can be interesting. Pretty much nothing. This DraftKings gamble is not really paying off. I kind of want to just close that to get it out of my face. The DraftKings vertical is doing okay, considering how much DraftKings is down. The Ford is actually doing pretty well today, which is good. I might increase that position. I don't know. The ARC-G is not doing very well, although if we can dollar cost average that, that'll be interesting. Lemonade, it's pretty interesting. Also, it's up 1% considering how much Lemonade is down today. That's pretty good on our vertical spread. That's the power of the vertical spread. Lee, I hope that goes down more so I get assigned. I would like to buy the 400 of the Lee. LAC, it's hanging in there. Space, I would like that to go down more. Apple, it's just really sucking lately. SMH is down a little bit more. Tomorrow I might consider buying more SMH, so if anybody can remind me about that. But this ACTC is expiring on the 21st. So it's, or sorry, on the 19th, so that's going to be soon here. It's a $35 strike. ACTC. Yeah, that's not going to hit. So let me think about that one. Yeah, well, anyways, we sold it at $1. It's at 3 cents. We could do the same thing as we did on the ARC-G. ACTC is down today. It's still in the buy zone. Yeah. And then the SPE is at 50%, down 50%. This one kind of hurts because I had 3 contracts of it, and that one still has a lot of potential. The merger just got delayed. So what are you gonna do? That's why I always put the SPACs. No matter what SPAC it is, I always put it at a 5 because you never know. And I think from now on I might just buy common stocks, so at least we don't have to worry about the decay. Could be the right thing to do. SPACs is a new thing. I mean, it's not new, but it's just gained a lot of popularity in the recent times. The THCX, I'm gonna get assigned for sure on this one. So that one can't really do anything about that. The Tesla, oh, so that one did trigger. Oh, nice. Okay. So we are selling the Tesla covered call. Cool, I didn't even know that one triggered. Yeah, sure enough it did, huh? Interesting, yeah. Oh, cool, and we're already up on that one. 40%. Well, that is not that much money though. And I don't really want to buy it back, so I'm just going to let that one ride until 2 more days. I mean, if Tesla goes up to 840, we're just going to get screwed. I mean, I cannot afford to sell the Tesla. I cannot afford to get assigned. So I'd have to roll it, but we'll see. And actually, Tesla just went over to the bearish/neutral on the super trend. Huh. Well, but anyways, the MACD is coming back down, so I think we can ride this one out. We'll see. My cost basis is pretty low, so why is it not showing my cost basis here? That's weird. Anyways, can't do anything about that. XL could be interesting. Not very though. So flat. A lot of things are flat these couple weeks, but that's just how it goes. NXE is down 5%. I'm gonna wait for that one. Ballard Power, I've been watching that. That one actually went down more. Wow, it graced my buy zone too. I'm gonna give it another day on this. Could be interesting for some midterm calls. Could sell solo covered calls. We could do 16 days out just to get something. It doesn't matter. These are still just going to be so cheap. Wait for a day for it to go up. I don't know. Just not going to get very much. $20 or something. Could do a 10, could do a 9. 16 days to a 9. I think it could be interesting. Could get $56. Yeah. I guess. It's down 18%. Let's just raise it up a little bit. Let's just go to 65 like everybody else is. Alright, that was in selling this covered call for solo. Sell, that's going to be 16 days till expiration. Just posting this on Twitter really quick. 16 days till expiration. The strike was $9, and we're trying to sell it for 0.65. Alright, so that one just put on the Twitter. Oh, nice. I just passed 8,800 followers on Twitter. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Yeah, I was doing it on Twitter before YouTube and Discord and Reddit even. We've been doing it on Twitter. It's good stuff, though. Everybody I really do appreciate everybody. Sir, may I ask how long have you been on the stock market and how much did you start with? I always get asked that question. Literally every single thread I post on Reddit. Few people will ask that. And it's cool. I mean, for sure, if you watch my videos, you'll know, or if you just stick around for a little bit, you'll also know. Or if you just scroll through the Reddit comment section, you'll probably know too. But yeah, I mean, I started in 2011. Someone loaned me $500. I mean, there's two ways I can answer this question. If you want to know, like, overall what I started with, it would have been that answer. And then the other answer is, well, from this account that I had funded, that you're watching me trade on, this account got funded in 2020 with 300. So I'm up like 130, 120, 130%. I mean, I'm down right now, but overall I'm up 121%. And I do believe that's accurate, although I would have to do the math. But yeah, I do think that's accurate. I think I funded with 313 in total. But I was dollar cost averaging. I didn't just put all in at the same time, you know. It is what it is. Something like that, though. Give you guys an idea. What are your thoughts on T? I mean AT&T? We can look at that. Just AT&T, right? I'm not really a fan of that. I mean, why is that interesting though? It's barely above the 180 day. The last time it went up there, it didn't come back. It's in a bearish neutral on the super trend. I just don't see really any. What do you think? You think we can just draw a trend line like this? And you think it's just going to go up? It's possible, who knows? I just don't really see. I'm just totally not interested in that. How about Verizon? That's what Buffett just bought today. And yeah, it's up 4% because he bought it. But look, I don't understand. Is it because of the dividends? I know they pay decent dividends. That's not a growth stock. I don't want it. I don't care about dividends. What, they're gonna give someone gonna give me like 4 or 5% per year to lose money? Just imagine if it went down even more and then you kind of lost your 4 or 5%. I mean, it's not for me. I'm trying to do 100% a year, and I'm not trying to take any crazy risks. The option money that I'm using is literally not much compared to my portfolio in relativity. If you look right here, I'm all currently the current positions I have in options is only 13,500. But the total, like most of my stuff is buy and hold, growth. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Warren Buffett buying up the Verizon and Chevron. Although to be honest with you, Chevron is not necessarily so bad because the dividends are pretty good. But it's already $95. I mean, if you could have bought it for $68, it could have been good. I know some people that did it. I also know some people that want out of it. So it just depends on your thought. But I mean, I just don't understand Warren Buffett. I really don't. Because those are not really growth. You want to try to get dividends? Okay. You think the market's going to crash, so you're trying to get into oil and like cell phone what providers or whatever it's called, cell phone service providers, communications. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired right now. So I just don't really understand. It's like Warren Buffett sold the airline stocks when it was at the very bottom during the pandemic. But shouldn't you buy them at that point? I mean, they're too big to fail. They will get bailed out if needed. So I just cannot understand that. Oil and AT&T and Verizon is not interesting for me. We're trying to grow. Follow in the footsteps of Kathy Woods, Queen Kathy. Don't follow Warren Buffett. He's a dinosaur. Reggie's a good play though. Please. Renewable energy. Yes, there's what we like to see. Coming down to my support. This is the interesting one. Around $100, I would really like to get it for $100. I don't necessarily want to sell a put and then force the cost basis down, although I could. Sold a 30-day out. Ooh. That's a put too. Now hold on. If we sell that, whoa. Maybe it's a little bit far. The $105 we could sell, we could get about what, 370 back. So what? That's like 101 point something cost basis. It's interesting, but not so much. Could sell at the 100, and then we'd have a cost basis of around 99, 98.9. Could be interesting. But over here, though, if we sold at 105, we could get a decent amount of money for doing that. Or even just sell this. We'd get $650, $600, $750 for selling this put. So if it did drop to 95, our cost basis would be less than 90. That's literally a 12-15% discount. If it did drop to 95, right? Probably won't drop that far, although it could. Now this is interesting. This is probably going to be the last one I do today. I've already done a lot. But the markets are down. You just got to take advantage of it. I'm just trying to think about this. Sold it at 95. If it doesn't hit, we still going to get $650. We'll just keep it. That's 30 days though, for sure. So what's the ROI on this? Pull up the old calculator. What if we can get 650, let's just say, divided by, we'd have to have $9,500 in cash. Over 30 days is 6.8%. Better than a bank. Better than Warren Buffett's dividend stocks. I'm too hard on Warren Buffett. No, I don't have a Bloomberg terminal. That's super expensive. I don't need that. I think Buffett is buying boomer stocks. Seriously. Oil isn't good during war. We're due for a war soon. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Seems so. Well, then we'll see. I'm not going to go into that right now. Are you concerned about adjusting your approach for when a real bear market comes? No, I'm not concerned actually. As someone who started into a long and very profitable bull, yeah, I'm not concerned about it because the cash I can hedge with Bitcoin, and then I can buy these insurance puts, which I'm probably going to be doing coming up soon. But no, I'm not concerned about that. Also, I don't really think that it's going to happen anytime soon because they're still going to be printing money, and the other stimulus is supposed to come. But it's a good question though. We're actually talking about that at the beginning of the stream. So I guess that's a good way to end the stream though. This one, real quick, this could be interesting. I mean, if it goes down, then we're going to get it for really cheap. We're going to get it sub 90 if it goes down to 95. Could be interesting. It's renewable energy, so I'm thinking overall this is going to be good. I want to do that. I want to do it. I want to sell it at the 95. I want to sell it though for 7 because it's a lot of money, and I would prefer to just get a little bit more out of it if possible. I don't want to force that because it's $9,500. So yeah, let's do it. So let me just take a screenshot of that, and this is 30 days out too. Could be interesting. $7. Okay, just posted that on the Twitter. But yeah, let's go back to this conversation about the imminent and pending market crash that everybody seems to be talking about right now. Yeah, so basically my plan is to hedge cash with crypto, which it seems like everybody is doing anyways. So it's probably going to come that. And then my first plan of action would be to buy the cheap insurance policies on these, just buying puts on across the sectors that I am mostly invested in, and then also to start liquidating the more volatile ones, like some of the SOXL or the TECL or things like that. But I would ride most of it out because I don't need cash, so I can sit out for a year. It doesn't matter, and be buying puts and stuff like that. It's fine. It doesn't matter if the markets are going up or down. You can still make money. Preferably they go up though. But yeah, I don't shy away from buying puts or something like that. It's just right now I don't see any need for that. But we could just do a straight put on the NASDAQ or even Dow Jones we can look at. But basically you go to puts, I would go probably a year and a half out, maybe a year out, probably do something way out like $100, just super far out of the money, and this is only going to cost you $30. Now you're going to buy a bunch of them. Maybe I would buy 50, maybe I would buy 200 of them, so that's going to cost me around $10,000. Maybe I'd buy 100, I don't know, I haven't decided, but I would calculate that based on how much weight I need for my portfolio to have a proper hedge. And it doesn't have to hedge the entire position. It just depends on how much I want to put into this. But let's just say I did about 100 of those, $5,000. Yeah, most likely I'm going to lose that, but it's an insurance policy just in case it does fall. Because like in 2008, if it does fall by 50%, this put is going to go up by 50x. So you're going to make a lot of money. So it should cover most of the losses. I mean, and that's just one I would take out. It would cost me $1,500, $5,000. I don't know how much I would do, but if you could do 50x on $5,000, if there was a huge market crash like 2008, then you're going to come out pretty well. But again, I probably wouldn't even need that many, to be honest with you. Probably would only need 20, 30. I'd probably be happy with it. Okay, cool. My Reggie filled. The Reggie order just filled. Let's go ahead and write that onto my Excel. That was an interesting one though. Reggie was sell put. Okay, I'll finish that later. But yeah, just finished up my thought process on this one. So I don't know, maybe I would buy some tech ETF puts. I would buy some, and probably you lose the money. But just having that in your, it's just an insurance, because if you don't use your homeowner's insurance every year, then you kind of just waste the money, right? That's kind of what it is. So this would just be a cheap insurance policy to take out. Could get one in semiconductors, could get one in NASDAQ, could get one in everything. And I mean, it's so cheap. I literally could just drop a couple $1,000s right now into all of these just to get a nice hedge right now before the market crashes. And then whenever it does crash, and these would be leaps, these would be way out of the money. So whenever the market would crash, these are just going to skyrocket through the roof. So actually might even come out ahead. The worst case scenario, we lose our $1,500, we lose our $2,000. And if you have a $10,000 account balance, maybe you only need to take out 1 or 2 of these contracts. I mean, it doesn't matter. But that's the basic plan. I don't even know if I would liquidate anything for tax reasons instead of just buying these. So, I mean, I really appreciate that question. I really do. DNN, Lee crashing. Okay, let me look at Lee. $29.50. This is pretty good. What is our SAT right now? $29.50. Yeah. So hopefully we get a sign on this. That would be awesome. Yeah, we're down. Definitely down today. It's going to be one of those days. But hopefully Space gets down there, Lee gets down there, we can get a sign on those, because those expirations are coming up relatively soon. So I would like to pick up some more of those stocks. Awesome. I see many colleagues, friends who started in March, doubled, and legit believe they are experts. For sure. It's the same for people who got in 2011, only very concentrated. What do you mean? But yeah, I mean, March was a great time to get into this because of the crash. It's always good to have cash on the sidelines. And for myself, I personally sold a property off in 2000 and I believe it was 2018. Yep, 2018 I sold something. I sold a real estate property, and I was preparing for a market crash, because usually it's in every 10 years or so. So I was prepared for something, and I didn't know if it was going to crash in 2018, 2019, 2020, but I was getting ready for it. I was cashing up and liquidating some of those some real estate that I had. And sure enough, when it did go down, I started dollar cost averaging through the whole thing, like a lot of people did, and we came out on the other side pretty happy. Okay, looks like my ARC K got filled at 41.50. Nice. So you kind of just have to be ready for those things. You know, keep some cash on the sidelines. Don't invest all of it. Get ready to buy some cheap hedges. They're not expensive. In my opinion, if they do crash a lot, I mean, if the market does crash a lot, you can definitely come out ahead. But anyways, guys, seems like things are continuing going down. Looks like some of my orders are, yeah, we're down a little more than 5% today. So it's definitely going to be one of those days. But hey, we'll be looking out what's going tomorrow, and after the markets close, I will be posting the recap of everything that got filled or everything that didn't get filled. So again, I really appreciate you guys. Go ahead and check out the link in the links in the description for the Discord and the Twitter and everything like that. And while you're down there, please go ahead and like this video. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so go ahead and subscribe. I really would appreciate it.